Okay, so I have to write. I have to write here. No sound for 4 minutes. So let me. Thanks, Rajiv. Okay, wait, I forgot how I do it. Add a caption. Yeah. Add. Mhm. Feeling all tired now. Not gonna work. Add. No, it's not done it. It's not done it. Why haven't you done it? Oi. Ah, there you go. There you go. Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna, that's fine. I'm going to invite some people on Facebook. Let's do this. Okay, where are you? Where are you, Moona? Okay, let's see if you're on the other one. I don't know. Oh, I know why. I know. No, it's on YouTube and Facebook. But anyway, I'm just going to change this. Now I can chant. I need to chant. I feel like I'm always chanting, actually. But anyway, so this was just something that Eric did. It was really good. They're doing some really great things. I really like them. So we're just going to go off that and go on to YouTube. No. Okay. There I am. I'm on YouTube. Oh, yes, it says there I'm on YouTube. Music. Okay. No, it's okay. That one. Okay. And we have Rajiv. And we have Mary Sachi. Hare Krishna to you. And Tarun Krishna Das. Hare Krishna to you. Welcome. Where did I put the beads? So I'll do class now. I have to get up and go early in the morning. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. It just goes out. Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita. G'day. Shiva. Backstab Vinda. It's nice to have you back, Mary. Hare Krishna. Krishna. Hare. To turn this on. Hare Ram with the heating. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Rama, I'm gonna stick this on my head. Just stick it there. That's what I'm doing. Can you see? Hare Rama, Hare Rama. What's going on? It's trying to kick me off. It's trying to kick me off. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Rama Ram, Hare Krishna. I've had some acidic food today. I've got acid reflux. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. But it tastes so good. But the pain is so horrible. That's what we do. We do it, and we've done it before, and the pain is bad, but we do it anyway. We do it anyway. Krishna. So, I'm just acting. Who can laugh over an hour every time? Those who are in ecstasy, who are showing ecstasy, because they've gone through the clearing. You know, they've gone through the clearing. They're not so. Sometimes it happens now. They're not listening to the mind. They're not so dictated by the mind. I see how my mind dictates me to do. Go over there and do this. Go over there, and I'm there going, what are you doing? What, you're listening to your mind? But anyway, it's all right. It's Krishna's mind now. So what if I do them? It's okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So 10:10 Bhagavad Gita, 10:10 Bhagavad Gita, and we have it here. So we're just going to go simple. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. So this is my first Bhagavad Gita that was given to me by my first guru, Rami Laku Ajetamobi, and it smells so good. The paper just smells so good. Hare Krishna. Smells so good, I ate it. Literally. I ate the paper. Paper, I ate the paper. Without eating the words. I've been given the words, and the words are just coming out now. I didn't have to eat the words. I literally ate the Bhagavad Gita. It's me and I'm mad. Yeah, a little bit in that sense. So probably because of the state of my body, I'm addicted to certain tastes and what my body craves. I don't know, but I love this paper. It was really tasty, very, very tasty. When I was really young, after I got kidney failure, I started eating books, but eating the whole lot. The paper was so good. No, I'll just chew it. There was something in it that I liked. I don't know if it was poisonous. Didn't seem like it. Seemed okay. Anyway, let's go. So I did do this. This is an original Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Paper. I can smell the paper now, and I want to eat it. But we won't do that. We won't do that. Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare. I'm just looking at Prabhupada, excuse me. My hair's a mess. I'm not taking my hat off. I'm vain. Yamuna, you're so vain. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare. We have it. Hare Ram. The opulence of the absolute. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry if you don't like my laugh. It's tough. Tough. Devotee in the Sangha said they don't like my laugh. They don't like my ecstasy. They don't like ecstasy. Oh dear. Well, anyway, so be it. Okay, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. please don't. Many times before. So when we chant, as we chant, and we chant and chant under the shelter of the bona fide spiritual master who is a pure devotee, who is a resident of Vrindavan, because they are Vrindavan, they bring Vrindavan to us, and in that, with that power, that power of Vrindavan, that potency of the spiritual Vrindavan, and it's Shanti, it's mercy showering upon us. We're sitting there listening, and we're just sitting there listening, and comes up that snake. You get triggered, and it's like you're just sitting there listening, and you get triggered, you get upset, you get angry, you get frustrated. The power of hearing from the bona fide spiritual Eric Woody, Hare Krishna to you, and welcome. The power of hearing these words, pure words of God. These are living words that make movement. They are movement. They are real. They make movement within us, and they bring all of those things that we have forgotten about. We can't remember why it's happening. We want to run away from it. We don't want to actually deal with it. No, I don't do that. I don't do that. Just put it under there. I don't do that. I don't do that. No, I didn't do that. No, I didn't say that. No. Yamuna, go and check again. Oh, I did say that. And I did do that. And I didn't hear that. It's when we're in our mind. When we're in our mind, we have an agenda in our mind, and we hear what we want to hear. We miss out the words that we don't want to hear. We hear what we want to hear, and we go that way. When we're hearing these words, these living words, read by an ecstatic devotee, people who have gone through the clearing, the squeeze, and the purification is the squeeze. It's the squeeze. Just kind of, I'm not doing it. The false ego is going, I'm not doing it. I'm not going that way. And Krishna's going, yes, you are. Yes, you are, because you want to. Yes, you are. No, I'm not going. The false ego. No, I'm not going that way. Yes, you are. When you keep listening to these words, when you are hearing these words, when you're taking them in, and you're just listening to them, it takes your attention away from the false mind, from all the ascending knowledge that you've learned, most of it, all of the ascending knowledge, anything actually that's a block in the way of you realizing what Maharaj is really saying, truly saying, what deeply Lalita is saying, what really the pure words, they're not going to go through if you're up here and you're not allowing the words of the spiritual words to go through. You're going to go, I'm going to do it this way, because you learned it that way. And you might have learned it that way from another life. So you can't remember. I give you, and you'll go, no. Anyway, with this ecstasy, you're going to get, one's attention is going to automatically be taken to the heart, because sitting in class, allowing Maharaj to project that which is already in your heart needs to be awoken and needs to be reminded, is projected onto our heart. It's just like a projector. When Maharaj is speaking, it's a projector, and we are just there, allowing it to go in. And work is being done on its own. It's being done on its own. When we grow and we change kind of naturally. We usually also change when something horrible happens. And it's going to happen anyway in the world. Let's let it happen with under the shelter of God. Because when it's under the shelter of God and we are walking with the Lord, we're just not on the superficial layer, on the superficial consciousness of what has happened. And you don't really learn that much. And you go back into doing what you were doing before, because you haven't learned anything. But with walking with God, allowing the words of the Lord to be projected on your heart, so it clears out that space, all of those little blocks and things that, are there. They seem to have power because we give it power. But when the Lord is there and the words are projected, that spiritual potency is projected, that vibration is projected on, and it's a great projection. It's its only projection, the ultimate projection of what we want to be projected. Something will be projected on us, has been projected on us. I'm now moving my hand a lot, aren't I? Has been projected on us. Did you used to eat paper as well? It's not just me. Yeah, but I ate the Bhagavad Gita, Eric. I can smell it now. It's aroma, the aroma of the words of the Lord are emanating into my being. Okay, so what we do is, when we haven't got the shelter of the Lord, we're just going with what we've learned here. Oh, that makes sense. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I've worked really hard and I've listened so much. That makes sense, and I'm going to take that on board. It's devoid of God. It's a sounding knowledge. It hasn't come from the spiritual world. Well, it's everywhere, isn't it? It's not come from the spiritual world, and we're going to go with our own opinions. We're going to go with what we are saying. We are gonna fight for it as well. Here, we are gonna hold the hand of the bona fide spiritual masters, and when we do, we are walking. It is a bridge above troubled waters, because it's trouble here in the ocean of Nishan. It's trouble, slap, trouble. We do it again and again. But here, as we are projecting on, truth is projected on our ultimate goal, our ultimate relationship is built here. This city is built on absolute truth, the most solid foundation that ever can be, that can always hold us through any kind of troubles and any kind of troubles that we go through here. My God, wow, the things that keep happening. And it's like in a way being Draupadi and Masari. Is things that keep happening, but I keep getting shouted and shouted. Maybe not fully all the time, but soon as I realize, soon as I'm out of and come out of, because of going to the Lord, because chanting, because of talking to another devotee, an advanced devotee, it brings you back to center. It brings you back to balance. It brings you back to equilibrium. It brings you back to solid grounding. It brings you back to the center where we are held. Sometimes we do that, but when we're not in the association and we're not in the shelter of the supreme potency, and anything can happen. Maya can she could get in any little space we give her, she will get in. So here, with this ecstasy and not having ecstasy, there's no point listening to somebody who doesn't have ecstasy, because the words of the Lord are not gonna have that power, living force to be projected onto our hearts. When you watch a film, it's projecting onto our mind, actually. And the mind, my mind anyway, won't hear every word. If I don't understand it, I don't care. I just rather look at the picture. Well, I used to rather look at the pictures. But the mind is getting attention. The mind is getting power. The mind is getting conditioned. There's no Lord. It's all manipulation. It's all false. We're watching it and we're thinking this is going on. If you look now on TV, on the women, and it's the Kardashians, they are looking like Barbie dolls. They look like dolls. They are manipulating everybody. Little girls going to be seeing that and going, I want to look like that. And they're going to spend their whole lives trying to look like that. Never going to happen unless they go under the knife, which is what these ladies have done, is gone under the knife. And these women who are just superficial, and they're being our role models. These are role models for our children, for our girls. They're on the superficial level. Everybody's just going to stay on the superficial level. They're not going in at all. You can't. They're associating with they're associating with Maya. They're associating, what's another word for it? What do they call it in English? They're associating with the valley of hell. It's hell. It is hell. It looks really is really attractive, especially for a lot of people, because you're like, my gosh, without ecstasy, without being under the shelter of the Lord, without being under Govardhan, the unlimited Govardhan, and it's here. When Maharaj is reading, when we're here, we're under Govardhan. We won't go deeper. We won't go to our heart. We are going to stay here. We're going to fight with the devotees. We're going to fight with, I don't believe that. No, I don't accept that. No, I'm not having that. It's okay. It's okay. That's where you are. That's what you want to do. I'm not fighting with you because I'm not falling for that. Because I'm an ecstatic devotee, because Srila Gaura Haridas, I've been listening to Srila Gaura Haridas, and I have never heard the stuff that he's been talking about. Well, I have heard it. But the way he's been saying it, because he's a pure devotee, it's been emanating onto my spiritual father, my daddy. I've been listening to my daddy, and I didn't listen to my daddy. I've been listening and listening and listening, and I've been hooked. And I listen now. If I listen for a little while or a long while, it's amazing. It's amazing. The power of ecstasy, the power of ecstatic devotion, the power of the laughing and the crying and the sweating and the yawning, and there's many others. I don't really get the hair standing on end. I think it's because my hairs are so long. I'm really hairy Indian. I have other ones. And because of that, because of ecstatic devotion, not here. So we'll read it now. 10:10. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give them, I give the understanding by which, they can come to me. That's what it says. Those people, the Vaidis, some have been doing this for such a long time, reading these verses for such a long time. They're not changing. They're not going deeper. They can't get rid of their troubles. And you know that from when you speak to them, you hear them. Well, I don't really speak to many of them, but when you hear them, the way they live, how they live, how they behave, what they have, what they do. Well, that's how they behave, isn't it? You know that they're not getting. Krishna is not giving them the real absolute understanding of himself. He's not doing that. And we know that because Prabhupada wrote these books in code. He wrote them in code. Why would you put it all out there for people to not even really understand what's going off? It needs to be given to the code breaker, the real true code breaker, that can really decipher what is missing, what's been taken out, what's been changed, why it's been changed, how it's been changed. My gosh. And it's because there's one word that's missing from this, and it's ecstasy. And I know that because, one, I've heard it from Maharaj, and two, here we go, word for word. I did this at Namahata. I said to them, they said, what verse do you want? And which one did I say? And I hadn't even met Maharaj yet. He was in Mayapur. And I said 10:10. And they read it. And they didn't even know that this word was missing. So here we go. So, I don't know. Risam. I don't know how to say the Sanskrit, but anyway. And I can't even see. Tesam, unto them, Satanam Yuktanam, always engaged, Bhajanam, in rendering devotional service, Priti Pruvakam, in loving ecstasy. So that word is not in the actual translation that Prabhupada put, but it's here. And it's been missing because Maharaj is an ecstatic devotee. He came in. He's an ecstatic devotee already. And He knew this, and he's been in ecstasy ever since. And like he was saying the other day, he's only, he was preaching to no one, to one person, for how many years? But he was getting payment. He was getting so much energy. He was getting so much realizations and understanding about the Lord. The Lord, his Bhakti Lada Bij is just like, because he had ecstasy. Without the ecstasy, we are not going to get the real knowledge of the Lord. We're going to stay up here in the head, and we're going to delude ourselves and delude other people. And we are not going to transcend our troubles. We are not going to lift in our consciousness without hearing from the bona fide spiritual master who is in ecstasy. And you can see it. You can check it. You can check it yourself. You can see, what's another thing? You can see our videos of our journeys, of my journey of when I was a Mahdi little girl. And because one was triggered to push out all the deep troubles, the troubles that one has been hiding. Because when you supposedly grow up in a body and you're an adult, you're not an adult. You might have grown up, but you haven't actually grown because you're hiding everything. Everybody's acting like, because this society wants you to be a certain person in a certain way, and everybody trying to be like that. Look at these women cutting themselves up in their 20s. In their 20s. I've just started really wearing makeup, and I'm 51. Just now. A bit of makeup. And that's only because I come on here. Sometimes Mom's eyes look a bit funny. So, okay, loving ecstasy. He's missed that word out. So they're just reading this and going, yes, we love Krishna. We have loving devotion. We do. No, you don't. It's just sentiment. Sentiment is such a block. It is such a block to our path to go further and further. Loving, confirmed. He's here. So if we don't have ecstasy, or at least let's start hearing from the devotees who have ecstasy, because the tables will be turned, the curtains will open, you will rise, or I'm saying it in many different ways, you will rise out and you will go, oh my God, I never, like those people, they say, oh, my life has changed, and I'm this and I'm that, and I have God, and they don't have God. Maybe a little bit. Here, our lives change for eternity, because every little bit of realization that is planted in our heart about the Lord, with the Lord, all these realizations, I'm just hanging them on my altar in the heart, and the Lord, my Bhakti Lada Bij is growing, the realizations of the Lord is growing, and I am walking with God. We are walking with God. It is dangerous. We are in hell, the valley of hell, if we don't hold the hand of the Lord, if we are not deeply touched by the Lord, because I give you there's a devotee in the Sangha. We have to grow our Bhakti Lada Bij. It's the only way we are going to be strong. We are going to be empowered. We are going to be able to walk this world, with the real guru inside, Lord Caitanya within, and the guru outside as well, who is also the guru inside as well, especially now, especially because of hearing and moving out all of those things that I think, because I learned it like this and we've done it like this and I'm going to do it. Well, you know what? Do you want to be on a machine or do this again and again in the mind without the Lord? What can I say? Maharaj said to me, Yamuna's going to come back and she's going to be on the machine again. Well, now, I still don't want to come back and be on the machine again. But if I had to, it would be a lot better. My experience has been great because of having Krishna now, and it's because of Maharaj. And he has had so much belief in me and so much time for me. And even not. No, enough is enough, Yamuna. You got to grow up. You have to grow up. You have to have your own relationship with the Lord. We are all pillars of the Lord. We are all role models for the Lord. And here Maharaj is making those role models. So, we need to have the ecstasy. The devotees, they just don't want to go there. They can't accept it. They don't want to accept it. They won't accept it because their mind wants it a certain way, and nothing is going to get through. They are just trudging. What's that thing when a truck just knocks everything down, trying to move it? They just want this Vaidhi thing. What Prabhupada was bringing. You're still at nursery school. You have to leave nursery school and go to bigger school. Come to Raganuga school. It is the only other school you have to come to. You don't have to go to any other school. You guys, our brothers and sisters, you're just hitting your head on the sand, the wall, sorry. You're making it worse for yourselves. You're making it worse. This is what I was trying to say today to Maharaj. When I was at the hospital, these women, these people, they're making it worse for everyone. I was so sad that they just keep, because I'm still, I'm still a slave to my body, hurting the body and hurting the body. They so are just without the Lord, they can't see what they're doing. Everywhere I'm hearing, let me help you. I'm trying to help you. Let me help you. They're not helping me. They're really not. They are hurting me. They are hurting me. And then putting their hand over my mouth. So stuffing me down. And then they wonder why I blow sometimes. They wonder why people are blowing out there. And you know what they're doing in the hospitals? You cannot shout. You cannot abuse the nurses. Yeah, well, obviously you don't want to be hitting them and things like that. But the stuff that goes on in there, the energy has to be released, Mary, has to be released. And sometimes, I see that they do this job and they're helping, and it's all mode of goodness. They need Krishna. I'm so glad that I can sit there and I can chant and laugh, and I'm on my own. Well, not always, but just with Krishna, all the devotees, just laughing and laughing and laughing and laughing 2 hours straight. And times just, there's no time at all. And chanting and it's gone. Talking about Krishna, hearing these nurses are just there doing their own thing. Some of it maybe, and I have made friends with a lot of those nurses with at first having confrontation with them and then actually being really close to them. And they listen to me. They just listen. They sit by me. They don't have time to sit down. This is what Krishna's done. But I've known these nurses, a lot of them, for a while now. They just let me do what I'm doing. It's so cool. It is like home. I was just so sad last night that this is what we keep doing to ourselves. People are because they're not listening to ecstatic devotees. They don't have the shelter of the Lord. So they just have the shower of Maya Devi just showering shit on us all the time. And we accept that shit, and now I can be there. I should be happy really, because now I can be there. I suppose it was and I was just thinking, they really I need them to have Krishna. We need them all to have Krishna. And I've been working at it for 25 years, but I didn't know that I was going to be doing this for 32, in how many years? 15 years ago. I didn't know I'd be doing this. I left there chanting. Now I'm really chanting, and I'm chanting for myself and them, and the potency, because of hearing from Maharaj, because of hearing from an ecstatic devotee in ecstatic loving devotion to them. I give them the understanding to come to me. Without that, you will never know God. You will just think you know him, because everybody has this kind of bond, this connection, this pull towards God. We're his children. That's why we have a pull to our own families. We have that bond, even when we don't. We just have this bond. But the ultimate bond is that pull. That pull. Is it magnetic? I don't know what it. Frequency. because we're part of parcel of him. We're always drawn to the whole, because Krishna is always the whole. He's one of many, so we're always drawn to him. So, but you know what? You can get to know him more and more and more and more and more and more. This verse is great. It's the one that we just need to read all the time. Anyway, no, anyone you want to do. But hearing from Maharaj has made my life, just sitting in my room all day, made it really interesting. On my bed, because my legs, I was kind of healing and resting, and it's been great. It's been crying, and it's been emotional, it's been funny, it's been laughing, it's been it's been misunderstood and talking, excuse me, I shouldn't have ate. Realizing my mistakes, my bad, and correcting it in one day, instead of me being in my head and going, this is what he said, and he did this and he said that. No, Yamuna, you didn't listen properly. You didn't hear properly. Your ears were closed because you're still in your head, because, it's always happened like that, so it's going to happen like that. No, I'm so glad for devotees. I'm so glad for Lalita. She will sit me down, and you know what? It's like going to your mom when you're a child. This happened, and this, and he did that, and he said that, and your mom's there going, you know what? It's okay, because actually I was there as well, and this happened. What mom? Really? But but this happened. He said this. No, he didn't say that. No, he didn't say that. He wasn't talking about you. But he was child mind. But he was. This is what I was doing. And the Lalita, and she'll bring me back to center so I can see it clearly. This is what we need. Bring me back to center. I always need to be back to center with the whole, always with Krishna, always walking with Krishna. And we can only do this and realize this and realize realize the depth of our mistakes. Mistakes are fine. Yeah, keep making mistakes. But if you keep making the same one and don't learn nothing, people get fed up of that. I get fed up of my own mistakes that I make. Anyway, take a breath, Yamuna. I'm so like, I will never allow anyone to spoil this, to take it away. The only one who takes it away is me. The only one who covers it up is me. The only one who hurts me is me, because of me not being in center, me not being in me being back up here in the past, in what I thought. Today Maharaj, I've had this with Maharaj from the beginning. I'm back. Tarun's back. I hope you're back to stay for good. It's his face, and it's where I am. It's me doing it. Sometimes Maharaj looks at me, and it's the same face that my dad used to make. And I've told him, and he knows, and my mom, this angry kind of face. I don't know. I actually don't know what's going on behind Maharaj's face. And I was put off. The truth. I was getting put off because my dad used to do that, and things used to happen. But I don't know what was going on under Maharaj. He's not my father in that sense. I'm in the past. I'm looking just through my eyes. I'm not going deeper. So it still happens to me. But the thing is, I realize I can swallow my pride, or whatever pride is there, say, look, and I can sit down and listen to somebody who's going to just put me back into center, put me back on that path where I can realize I was wrong. I was in the past. I was in my head. And you know what? I don't have to spend 20 years going, this has happened. Yeah. It's sorted out straight away. just like that, again and again and again. And it's happened because we listen to ecstatic devotees, a resident of Vrindavan who we listen to, who we can check, who we can see is actually doing his job by actually making more devotees who are ecstatic, who have the Lord alive within them, the Bhakti Rana Beej growing because they're watering it. We have a devotee in the Sangha who won't water his Bhakti Rana Beej. I understand, because sometimes I need to take a break as well myself, because I'm in a certain place and I just need to take a break, get out of that place and come back and listen. Will not water his Bhakti Rana Beej because they're scared of what they're going to hear. They're scared of being triggered. Their false ego is in charge. They're scared. The false ego is scared of what is going to be triggered. They're not going to watch. They're not going to hear. Oh, but they have Krishna. I got Krishna. But I'm not going to listen to Maharaj. I'm not going to, So it's just like, and Maharaj can correct me if I'm wrong. It's just like the devotees who were on Prabhupada's energy. He was, he did a job. He was a pure devotee. Everything happened on that spiritual energy. His words, he would say to some devotees, right, go to England and open a temple. No money, nothing. They go to England and they opened a temple. Everything worked out. That happened, and that happened again and again and again, because of the empowerment he put into them. He beamed into them, a laser beam into them, and they did it. That power, and he established the greatest movement all over the world, practically all over the world. And Srila Gaura Haridas has just taken the baton. Prabhupada's been running and he's giving it to Srila Gaura Haridas, and he's taking that baton and he's winning the race again and again, and not just one. He's winning again and again and again. Look how many devotees he's made. Look how many devotees are here to stay for good, again and again and again. The same devotees that were here that went to Turkey are still here now. I didn't really know what. I just was attracted to Maharaj's mercy. His mercy was it helped me trust. It helped me listen, help me connect, it helped me trust, love more. Maharaj has given me so much. I get upset with Maharaj. It's because I'm upset with myself. Maharaj is just like, he's like a shield, He's the mirror, isn't he? I say this, there you go. I've been saying this when people come in and they blaspheme Maharaj. They're being triggered because they're just seeing themselves. Krishna's like going, it's mercy. Krishna's going, right, you're here, aren't you? And we're going to show you something. Maharaj is going to say something or do, and they see themselves and it triggers them, because Krishna wants them to be triggered, because there's something inside them, there's something inside us that needs to come up and out, again and again, because we're holding it, because we still have some kind of trust in it. We still can't have some faith in it that it's going to help us, because the false ego has been our friend for such a long time. It's been our best friend, and our best friend has messed us up. But sometimes it's our friend and it's nice, but not very often. Most of the time it's messed up. It's because we've been conditioned to be like that. All of that conditioning here is broken. All of those attachments are going. And you know what? I talk like this, and then I'm going to, you mean I don't say anything? Don't say, shut up. Because then I go through purification again. And I'm sorry, I still don't like it. I'm not sorry, I don't like it. I'm real. It's intense. But I'm not going to not stop doing it. Excuse me. I should be wearing it. I'm going to get told off by one of the Vaidis. Oh, she's just distracted by a hat. I'm still talking. Anyway, I'm not bothered about that. So 10, 10, 10, 10, 1, 1, 2, 2 people, Radha, Krishna, in all of us. Everything is connected. And as we, if we don't go through purification, we won't realize that. We won't feel the bond, taste the bond, hear the bond, smell the bond, be touched by the bond, the potency. We won't realize we have this bond. We won't realize we are part of this family. You will be alone. You will feel abandoned. And because we're never alone. And I know that now. And I used to say that myself. When my false ego was around, I don't feel part of this family. I don't feel part of you lot. No, because a false ego wants to be God and wants to be its own boss. We are not our own boss. We work for the Lord. We are part and parcel of the whole. And if the false ego is there to be its own boss, do its own thing, listen to its own bullshit, and cause havoc for itself and everybody else. This is what it's doing. I actually understand you cannot make friends with the false ego. It has to be extinguished, because any little remnants of it left, it will entice you, it will manipulate you, because we are still in this world. We do pick up energies as well. I don't actually realize how much. And that's another reason why I was talking today. I'm saying I have to go to be with, if I want to stay alive, because my consciousness, believes that its kidneys aren't working. I have to go to the hospital. I have to do what they say. I've got a record. I've got a record for doing an experiment, a conscious experiment, by researching this experiment, researching before I did it. I always research. I thought, I'm going to do something. Oh God, whatever. I took some medicinal cannabis oil, and but I took quite a lot, and I ended up in the nut house because I was high as kite. But I consciously did it from people who said to me, they've done it before. They're not gonna, they've done it, and you can never die on it. But there was one thing. I've got kidney failure, so I didn't know what was going to happen. Anyway, I came through, put me in the nut house, and didn't take the tablets. I hope they don't watch this ever. Anyway, didn't take the tablets, saw everything that was going on, exactly how the staff were acting. Some of those staff needed to be in that place, tied up. They're nuts. I saw so many, and I didn't sleep for 28 days. And the thing about it is, I was so good. I did everything they wanted except eat the food, because they didn't give me my food, my food. So that you're mad. We're not going to sort your food out, but you're not leaving because you didn't eat the food, but we're not going to give you the right food. They thought I was mad because I was doing yoga. They thought I was mad because I was doing sound vibrations. They thought I was mad because I was walking around, running around like a monkey, because I was doing yoga and I'm really flexible. And there's books on this, and they thought I was mad because of that. I did lots of experiments in there, and I played out some stuff. So I have a record of being crazy, but I was so good in there because I had to get, it was a new situation that I'd never faced. And I'd been going to the hospital for 20 years already, and they knew me, and I did something consciously. And obviously, they can't feel you. In the sense of one's potency, when you're telling the truth. The psychiatrist, he was nuts. He needed to be in there. Anyway, so I had a record, and I was so good. They said to me, I had to have a tribunal to get out of there. I was so good for 28 days. It was brilliant, actually, because I made friends with all these women who were nuts. And I made friends with all of them bar one. She was a bit crazy, but two, because she was, Krishna was with me. She was jealous of me. I just did what all the girls wanted because I didn't know how mad they were. And I made friends with them, and it was really great. And I was so good. And they still didn't want to let me out. They wanted to keep me in there longer. I did everything. Oh my God. There was women in there who would escape, get pissed and get drunk and come back. But with me, They wanted to keep me in there. It was mad. Anyway. So I see that I've done experiments, and it's through I don't know if it was Krishna was there actually, but I was strong. You know, having this disease and having to fight these doctors from the age of 19, actually even younger. It's made me become a certain way, but it's just conditioning, and I had to do it. It just made me strong. Coming here and being lifted out of this consciousness of just being on the superficial level, because I didn't learn everything. Now I have, but jumping deep into my experiences, because I'm walking with God. He's like, come with me, and I'm going to show you this and show you this. No, don't go over there. Don't go over there. Meaning the superficial level where you will learn nothing, hardly. And you'll have to go through an experience like that again. And I've been through so many, and even now, so many experiences. Maybe that's why I didn't leave my house. I don't want to leave the house, because I don't know. No, I need to. But anyway, so let's see what Prabhupada says on this. On the other page. So, loving ecstasy. Dadmani, I give. Buddha Yogam, real intelligence. Tam, that. Yina, by which. Mam, unto me. Uptanti, come ti they. Again, to those, the real one, to those who are constantly devoted to me with loving ecstasy, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. That's all those Vaidis need. That's it. All they need to do is come and listen. And that's why they keep coming back, because once you come one time, you get hooked. You will come back. You will be watching from behind the scenes. You'll be watching in the background, without anybody knowing, but you're hooked. Everybody's hooked. Devotee said to me today, I can never stop listening. My fault, my bad. I can never stop listening to Maharaj. Even if I'm waiting at the bus stop to go to work for 10 minutes, I can never stop listening to. I love that man. They said to me, because I love that man. Even when my when he triggers my false ego, he didn't put it there. He triggered it. The Lord within him triggered my false ego, because the Lord was in me and knows what's going off in me and needs, get that block out the way. And as these blocks are moved out the way whilst I am coming home, by the hand of Srila Gaura Haridas, and feasting on real spiritual food, it's changing me. I'm evolving, I'm transforming, I'm transcending, I'm uplifting, I'm rising in consciousness. People are trying to do this for so long, do so many practices. Not saying you can't, but it's done here for us. Why don't we just, that's why surrender is the key. I got the key, I got the secret. Is the key. It really is the key. And the key to the secret, the real secret, that is God lives inside us. We have a relationship with God. We are part and parcel. We have to realize that. We have to realize we are part and parcel to Krishna. He's always the whole, even when there's many, but we're part and parcel of him. You're reading these books, you just want to feel something. You just want to feel something. You want to feel somebody. You want to feel like, you're doing something and you're reading something, you're studying, because they've made everybody come away from the heart and into the head. So you need to study. You need to be somebody. You need to show yourself. You need to be fake, or you need to be somebody that's fake, even if it is fake, and you'll fight for it to be fake. My God, to the devotees in our Sangha who are still saying Maharaj needs to wear a t-shirt, needs to wear a tilak, or needs to wear I'm just taking a breath. You need to be fake to be someone. You need to be fake to be somebody. No, you don't. Because fakeness is just pouring out of everybody. And in fact, it's okay, Tarun. People can be fake if they want to. It's fine. But then take responsibility. Take responsibility. Grow up. You're not going to grow up, because you can't grow up without God. You cannot grow up unless you water your bhakti like a beach, and it's just going to be a shit show like it is. And you know what? They just explain your words, Tarun. I know you mean something, please. Because it's a show. We know it's a show. Everybody's got a story, but there's only one ultimate story. That is absolute truth. God's story is the only story. We are all here. Shitstorm. Oh my gosh. I just saw that. Oh, funny. Oh, funny. Be flaky, not fake. Yeah, just loosen up. Be flaky, loosen up. And you can only loosen up by listening to an ecstatic devotee, Srila Gaura Haridas. And because the Lord's there, the Lord's going to attract you. These are the greatest shows because the Lord is here. They will attract people, because he's just giving us this empowerment to be able to I still laugh. We have to loosen up, loosen up, allow to surrender, loosen up our belts, loosen up our clothes. That's why he takes the gopis' clothes, because it's tight. He's still showing me stuff, Tarun. My skin has got imprints all over it. My clothes are too tight. I need to loosen more, loosen up the tight grip of the shit in the mind that we hold on to, and it's inconsistent. What happens, to those people, who go mad, who have Parkinson's and all that stuff? They forget everything, but if you're in your heart, it doesn't matter, because you've got that relationship with the Lord. The mind is, to hold on, to be surrendered to the mind is a dangerous place. That is where it's prison. That is where the shackles will stay on. That is where it is flaky. Nothing is consistent. To see how knowledge is changing all the time. The only personality who can do that. You said flaky, not flake. It's me. Be flaky. It's me. No, you said you need to be fake to be somebody. And then you said be flaky, not fake. You don't need to be fake. We don't need to be anybody anyway, either. We don't need to. And we really don't. Krishna will make us what he's going to make us. He will make us. We fake it till we make it. Wasn't Maharaj talking about that today? Yeah, you said flaky, and then you said shitstorm. What? You can't remember? What are you saying? I've been on for an hour now. This would be really, I wanted to read some of the purport, actually. I've never read. I have a while ago, but I can't remember it. I'm not going to have been on for an hour now. So I'm talking about, just to conclude, I know I didn't put a title because I don't know what I'm going to speak about. That's why I don't put a title. I should do it afterwards, actually. I always used to do a title, but it seemed to be a bit what's that word? It's like I'm doing it from my head. Tarun is saying I like cake, flaky, and my friends flaky. flaky and fakey. Why do you want fakey friends? Stop it. Stop that. Talking about how 1010 and how the Vaidis are just reading this, and everything that everything that what they were doing, everything that was set up upon the potency of a pure devotee, spiritual potency. Boof, boof, that was solid. It was solid. It was pure, and they have been living off Prabhupada's potency. As soon as he went, there was only a few devotees that had ecstasy, had their bhakti ladder beach watered deeply. They were living off his potency, and yes, they had some knowledge and things like that, and but Prabhupada's gone, and they cannot understand these books. They cannot understand what another pure devotee is saying, who was ordered by Srila Prabhupada, their spiritual master. Anyway, they can't understand. It's simple to read. They just need to come here and keep listening and keep listening. Most people like to keep doing and doing and doing. It's really hard to just keep, for a lot of people, to keep listening. But when your back is against the wall and you've had enough, and somebody's offering you, Maharaj offered me a way out. I told him some really, he called me up, and it was because I was watching him. I was watching him every day without fail. And he called me up, and he called me up at a time where I was completely distraught. And I don't know, what was he thinking? Anyway, it doesn't matter. He said to me, you know what? It doesn't matter. Oh, did he say that? He says, it's okay. It's okay. You keep listening to my classes. You keep coming like you're coming, because I was going every day. And nobody told me to go. I saw that this is amazing. It was through Meena Devi Dasi. She was watching Maharaj, and she's been watching Maharaj. She's been flaky. She's been watching Maharaj on and off for a few years. And I started listening to her and looking up to her, actually. And she was watching Purajit, who was like a Hitler. You can't do the Rhythmic. He told me I had to get rid of my cat. I didn't want to get rid of my cat, but I was going to. And then I met Maharaj, and Maharaj was like, you keep the coolest guru I've ever met. He's coolest guru. So freeing, even though this allowing one the space allowing one the space to be who they are, and freeing us up, loosening us up to let go. And it's because of ecstasy, loving ecstasy, pure devotion, pure loving ecstasy, pure bhakti, a pure devotee, the pure perfection, pure spiritual potency, PPP. So, and I go through a lot of things. I get over them very quickly. Sometimes I go through that, what do you call it, that place where people take on for 20 years for an hour, get over it really quickly, or maybe a day, because I've got peers. I've been looking for peers. I've needed peers and pillars. I needed pillars that I could look to, role models. The only ones are the devotees of the devotees, the real Vaishnavas, the real ecstatic devotees, excuse me. And with this verse, Prabhupada didn't trust you people. He wasn't going to tell you this. He wasn't going to tell you this, children. He left it for Maharaj to do it. Maharaj is doing it. And things are changing. And sometimes we, and I still do it, but I come out of it really quick. I'm going to go with my idea from my head. Only because I've been triggered. And it's come up. So the false ego is up because the false ego is a naughty. So it's been slapped and it's angry. It's angry because it's been slapped. You don't want to hit children. But anyway, it's been slapped. slapped with spiritual words, the power of spiritual words, the power of pure love, not the love of power, the power of pure love that comes from the real bona fide spiritual master who's emanating to it, because we are taking our sorry asses to his feet every day and listening and listening and listening to be showered by this potency, pure potency, and it's been emanating, infusing into every part of us, that spiritual potency. We've been like opening, loosening up and, you know, loosening up those clothes, making room for the spiritual potency to drown out everything. You know, you lot are gonna get drowned, we're gonna flood you lot. It's not like they drowned the world, Noah's Ark, and they flooded the world. We need to flood you with pure bhakti ladder beach. Is that how you say it? Anyway, it's just come out like that. We need to just flood you. I'm going to drown you. I'm going to drown you in the spiritual potency. I'm going to drown you. You will drown and you will live forever. You will live forever. Immortal. No, I am not. I'm keeping mind. I'm keeping my, I don't know what I said for you to say that. Can you remind me, Tarun, please? Yes, so we're going to drown you because you won't. We're going to burn you. burn that shit. For me, you know, I think I'm like, I'm a bit naughty because I want it on my time. You know, I want to help Maharaj on my time. I want to get this done. Let's just get it done. No, Krishna's got a story. He's got a whole movie to play out. And he's the director. Maharaj is the producer and the director as well. The living Bhagavad, directing the Bhagavad books into motion. So we can see them, because everything, you know, we need to feel a vibration to be touched, to touch us, to be able to have a reaction. Let's be touched by the Lord's spiritual emotions, because they're so powerful. Ours, Tarun, are flaky. They're flaky, man. They're disturbing. They just suck your energy. Now I laugh and I cry, and even in my spirit, in my purification of whatever illusions I still have, attachments, it's okay, because one has been given the gift of them just being lifted, that heaviness that makes them real. And boy, you know, sometimes it is like you've been in a boxing ring, you've been smacking yourself. It's like Fight Club. You've been smacking yourself. Fight Club is a film where the man has an alter ego that's telling him to do this, like our false ego, the false ego. Anyway, so it's been about realizing the difference of hearing these words by just reading them, or just reading them from a guru who doesn't show any signs of ecstasy. And you can find out what they are from the Charitamrita chapter 1, Spiritual Masters, Adi Lila. And you can go through them. You can even come online and read them and look at the classes, look what's happening, hear what's happening, feel what's happening, check it in the books, check what Prabhupada's saying, and come and look again. Not once, you can do it every single day, and you will see where the Lord is residing. Don't you think that people need to know where the Lord is? Don't you think that people need pillars? Don't you? Because we need to follow somebody. Don't you want to follow the most strongest, the most powerfulest, the ultimate of everything, everyone's friend, our Father, out in the whole of the kingdom, the whole universe is above universe, that is everywhere in every place. That's what you'll get. But no, I'm doing it my way, where you can get slapped. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, I was today like, I just want to get this done. Let's get it done, because of what those nurses were doing. You know, we want to help you. This is all I'm hearing now. We want to help you, and that I only get helped because I help myself. with them and over them, and the things that I can't, some things I have to do because I cannot change them. Because you know what they'll do? Because I have a record, they'll lock me up again. I kind of don't want to do that, but you know what? The food shit. Really. So the devotees are gonna suffer. They're suffering already. Everybody's suffering. We got some more. Oh, it looks like your channels are read only, so you can't reply. I don't know what that means. Oh, it looks like, yeah. I'm still on, aren't I, Troon? I can see that you're here. Somebody's here. Troon's here. Okay. I just want to make it really here you're given the key to the door. The only door that's the only door that's worth walking through. Because you will come out you just come out as the new you, the real you that's here to create for the Lord, not for yourself, because that means you're selfish and you're just doing it for yourself. I'm not saying you can't do it, but to create, but to really grow up, to really grow with the Lord by his side. You are going to want to give what you have been given to others. I want to slap people and shake them. I don't really. I want to do that to my false ego, because it's a bitch, man, sometimes. And it's up such a lot. That's why I'm always saying sorry, because I recognize what it does. Anyway, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You want to give what you have been given to others. Can you imagine? And I'm just using this now for preaching, being on a machine, being in illusion like I have been constantly in my face, dialyzing. People say, well, you only dialyze. Somebody said to me, well, you only dialyze 3 hours, for hours. And I'm like, oh my God. Do you know what goes with not going to the toilet and having no working kidneys? Do you know you are in prison anyway, but you're in, it's a prison within a prison within a prison within a prison. Only because everybody else around you is doing everything that you're not allowed to do. Boy, what karma, man. I've got good karma as well. And Maharaj just turned the tables right round because I have learned to surrender to him, like I probably not like I was surrendered to my mom and my mother when I was a little baby, and she was all there was for me. There was just my mom, just the one. Now we are surrendering again to just the one. It's harder to surrender with all this shit riddled in us. Not with Srila Gaur Hari Das, it's not. Changing it around for me. I have a great time at the hospital. Even the other day, what I learned, it made me sad. And it's great to get over things really quickly. Things happen and it judges you, and some people will keep it. But to just let it go, 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 let it go. Those things are brilliant, Those kids' animations. See the message that's taking us to God, whatever it is. Because when the Lord is in here, awake, that's all he shows you. And I want to stay in that place. Maharaj is such a great role model, guru, teacher, whatever you want to do. Change me out of thinking my life is just being attached to this machine and just getting sick again and again and again, and then controlling other people's lives, like my mother and father having to come and take care of me and having to, not that they minded, but they're old now. Getting them to do what I want because I'm sick and I'm this and I'm that and sorry for me, all that kind of bullshit. People don't realize what they're doing. They're destroying themselves and destroying others. And it's a control trip. It's a control trip. People, oh, I'm sick, so I deserve better treatment. And I was like that, actually. But I didn't ask for it. I just did it. The hospital was my home. I spent more time there than anywhere, really, except my own home. So I actually, it still is. I'm doing it again now. And I've only been there a few weeks. But this time, Krishna's here, alive and kicking. And there's so much compassion for those nurses. If I say anything to them, I meditate on it. I had this thing with this nurse. He's just quite dramatic, actually. But I did go crazy. But I had to them, but I had every right to. And my apologies has come from my heart. So sincere that they just take them. They just, whatever they're holding with me, it just goes. Because mine's going and theirs is going. Just to realize that. And I've been studying this for a while, with my first guru, consciousness, but it was just study. Now it's in living color, living consciousness, again and again and again and again. And we've still got this bona fide spiritual master with other bona fide spiritual masters who I hear creating for everyone, not just themselves, creating in their way for everyone. Creation is for everyone, not just a few. And that's what's happening here. And it's okay. It's okay. It's all a play. I know it's all a play, but remember, films are real. Experiences, not real. They seem real. Experiences that go on to us seems real. I've been thinking, and it's still now, that this, actually I don't, but sometimes something happens, that my sickness is real. And I'm looking forward to leaving my body. I don't want to, and maybe it's easy. Is it easy for me to say? I don't know. But Maharaj has changed that. Going to the hospital is fun. You know what, people? I've got many friends, and I'm not going out anywhere, and got nobody to talk to. But I can go to. I have to go to the hospital. I have friends there, people who like me, people who I can talk to. I can share God there. This is what I love about Karuna. He makes the most of every experience, but he doesn't go, and I've just realized this now, he doesn't go deep enough. Because I was going, my God, he doesn't go deep enough. Because with the Lord, you got flying high, all over, learning so many things, like, was it Bhaktivinoda Thakur? I can't remember who it was. But anyway, would read the same verse for a month. You can go with the one experience and talk about it and relate it to the Lord, relate it to what's happening here. Really realize deep counseling, experienced living counseling here right now for myself and all. I go to I've been wondering why I've been going to all my appointments. I never missed an appointment, never. Now I'm not bothered. But I go to all my appointments because I can just turn the tables, because they're not really going to help me with much unless I talk to them about things that I need to talk to them about. And I talk about Krishna. I talk about God. I'm chanting as well. They're hearing the chanting. I've been doing this for ages now. So I'm going to all my appointments. I've got to go and see this person about my hand, this person about my knee, the dentist. And I'm just going to talk. I have Krishna in me now. It's worth it. They listen. And I saw this I'm not Maharaj, nowhere near, but I saw this with Maharaj. When he first came in 2018, we'd go everywhere together. Maharaj would talk to somebody and they'd be like, I did it. They'd be like, yeah. Maharaj is talking to me, yeah. This is all I saw. People are like that. You can turn the tables. Krishna is the most powerful, the powerful, and he resides within. Now, because of Srila Gora Haridas, now I can say, Gora Haridas, Gora Haridas, Gora Haridas, my friend, and your friend, and your friend. It's only my false ego that gets in the way. He's not my friend. He's not my friend because the false ego wants to live the material life. I quickly are reminded or remember, this is my eternal life. This is the greatest gift. This is my greatest friend. But the false ego will not let you believe that. But my false ego was out, and I learned this from my mother. What did Prabhupada used to say? Hit yourself in the head with a shoe. Did that because the false ego would make you so angry, so angry, you're bursting, so frustrated, so upset in yourself. The false ego will make you so upset in yourself, which is yourself. You wouldn't want to know your real self because that's what that false ego would do. The person that is the illusion that I have been listening to, I have been being. I would hit myself with the shoe. I will slap my face until it was red because that false ego just messing up my life. But it was good that it messed it up, really, because look where it brought me. Who is talking? Who's talking? Look, deeper. Look who's talking. So I'm relating. Excuse me. Where is it? I'm relating my life to where Krishna has always been sitting, going, here I am, here I am. It's a story, Tarun. We've got to make it interesting. We've got to have some, there's not many props. It's just the greatest gift, the Lord himself. Make it interesting. I've learned from the best. I'm always learning from the best. Srila Gora Haridas is the greatest spiritual master ever. And you know what Krishna does? He'll make something happen. Right, I'm going to test you now. Do you really think that he's the greatest spiritual master? Do you really? You got your voice. I hope it's tasty. Maharaj used to make amazing popcorn. Amazing popcorn. I can't remember. Yeah, even though my false ego will go, I don't like Maharaj. I'm not part of this family. And this is just today. I'm not part of this family. It goes away really quick because I can go to my peer. And my peer takes me out of my head where I'm perceiving what the false ego wants. I want him to be talking about me. I want to be the one that gets told off. Wants attention. I go to my peers. They put me straight. Get down here. Just get down. Well, be in the heart where the compassion is lying. That false ego, its compassion is null and void, literally, because it's lying to you. And we will be lied to as long as we want to. I can't, I'm learning things that I'm saying to them, going, oh my God, that's happened to me. Tarun, that's happened to me. But, to completely change, I'm looking forward to, I'd like to be able to move around more. But Krishna will say to me, keep trusting in me. Keep trusting in me. I would say that with Maharaj. Keep seeing Maharaj. Keep believe. He is in here. He is speaking to me in places. you know. Wow. It's my false ego. When people see, if you know me and you see me, I really show myself. You'll see my false ego, and you'll see, you know, my performances. You'll see the Lord. So many, you know, you don't know what I've been told. Meaning, he's telling me things now. So many things I didn't even realize, and he's just coming out with it. This is the greatest thing about this. This is a thing that the Vaidis are missing out on. Everybody actually is missing out on so much. People just want to stay in the trouble because they with the Maya, with the darkness, with the heaviness, with the misery, with the troubles, because that's all they know. They've been born into that. How can they know anything else? Look at what the parents are doing. You know, I really respect my sister and brother for the way they brought up their children, even though, you know, they're in Maya. I don't know if that makes sense, really. The gifts that we get, you know, why do you want to just have one Christmas day a year when you can have it every day throughout the day? Yeah, popcorn every day. You can sit down and just allow the Lord to do his thing, which is to clean you out and bring you home through the real bona fide, through his devotees. The Vaidis do not know what they're talking about, you know, and I am, my Maharaj told me to go to Namahatta, where I used to go, and they're all Vaidis there, and they told me to stop giving out stuff when I met was Maharaj here? Promoting Maharaj. And then I never went back after that. Maharaj wants me to go back. Actually, I'm going to go back. I'm going to do something really funny. I asked them, you know what, oh my God, I asked them, I gave them money. I gave them some money, and I asked for it back. Who does that? Who does that to Ruth? So I asked for it back, but I didn't really get, and they said I had to, in order for me to get it back, I could have it back, but I had to jump through all of these hoops, and I had to do all of these writing. I couldn't be bothered. But I'm going to ask them. I have to go. I wanted to go with Karuna, but maybe that will happen anyway. So yeah, Tarun, come on, why don't you come over to England? You can stay in the caravan for a couple of weeks or however long. Come on, get over here. Actually, why do you want to come to England? It's horrible. The weather's terrible. It's freezing. I take that. I'm here. I'm here. Tarun said, get some fart spray and donate. You know what? I don't have to do that, but I think I got something better. For some reason, my farts are like a car start, you know, and they go on like that. Maybe I can do that. It's like Krishna's farting. They don't smell, so I'm all right. You know, so it will just be a sound vibration of Krishna. And who knows where it came from? I'm going to play innocent. Oh no, I don't actually have to play innocent. I should own up. I'll own up, Tarun. It was me, and they're gonna just laugh at me all the time and say things about me, you know, but they won't forget me, will they? That'd be good. So I'm gonna go because they've started back. Oh, please let me go before anything happens. Meaning, you know, that thing. Because they'll stop it again. I'm a bit nervous, Maharaj. I'm a bit nervous. Not nervous. I don't know what Krishna's going to say. What's he going to do to Tarun? You know what he's like. He likes to challenge. Oh, that's why I haven't gone, because I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what Krishna's going to do through me, because I've done it already there before, and that was when I never met Maharaj physically. Not that it mattered. Well, actually, It does matter, doesn't it? Because, you know, I said to Karuna today, I say, just go to Mexico. Just go be with Maharaj. Oh, Maharaj isn't watching. You know, I've had like this cloud over me for most of the day, but I've been in and out. It's like it's been cloudy sometimes, and then it's been sunny and then cloudy. But now it's completely sunny. You know, that's what happens when one comes to share the Lord, because you get so much yourself. So you don't need to want anything else. And it's it's easy. And yeah. I'm trusting I'm in the city for a reason. I'm trusting, you know, I'm strong enough to be in the city to deal with these things. Kruna wasn't able to really deal with it because he's from the well, he's conditioned actually. Well, we're both conditioned, aren't we? He's from the countryside, you know, and he can spread his wings, but it's conditioning, and we just need to transcend that, both of us. But for me, I'm using it. There's people here, none of them are really. I like the real juicy relationships. Where juice comes out of it, where you commune together, you know, and it's real. It's real juice. Yeah, nice juice. I like those, and I've had loads of those with women and men. Not with a partner. That was Karuna was really my first partner to be like that. But it's a juicy relationship. I like the juice of the relationships. Ultimate relationship is Krishna, and now they're even juicier. Juicy fruits. It's really great. I must go. So, like I was saying, I've been talking about Bhagavad Gita 10:10 today on how the Vaidis and everybody is missing. Well, the Vaidis really missing out on the glories, the real glories, really truly glorifying the bona fide spiritual master, you know, Lord Caitanya, the famous five, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas, Adi Gora Bhaktavrinda, all the Lord's intimate devotees. Truly, because I've been worshiping them and worshiping them, saying their names and saying their names and saying their names. I'm not really feeling anything. Carry on doing it. Carry on doing it. Now I will never stop worshiping their name. Now I know what puja is. Now I know exactly what worship is. What's worship? You know, because I saw my mum do it. I didn't see her get anything. Bloody hell, she got through serving my dad and his family. But she got something. But real worship, deep inner worship, is our lifeline. You know, somebody said to me the other day, I'm still going on, Tarun. Somebody said to me, a devotee said to me the other day, and they were saying, you can get better, you know. There's this clinic in this place where you get better with sound vibrations, and I've heard that before. But anyway, I says I can't really do that. So he gave me this mantra, and I've heard that before. I've never done it. You know, say thank you, and you're okay, and you're lucky, and you love Krishna, and you love everybody. It's happening naturally. It's happening naturally. Okay, I've still got kidney failure, but I don't care. It's uplifting. And people love that vibration coming from myself because I have ecstasy. They feel something emanating from me that's attractive. And the ones that don't, I keep them in my heart. And I've been doing this at the hospital, and I'm friends with them. There's this odd stubborn one, but not many. Yeah. My experience has been ordained at the hospital life, but it doesn't have to be like that. It's just the way it is for me. And you know what, Tarun, that's it. I'm going to go because I'm hungry again and I need to go to sleep. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed the show. So thank you to Tarun. Thank you very much. You have a really great rapport with you. It's really nice. Thank you. Rajib, thank you. And to Eric, Rajib and Eric Woody. You haven't been for a while. I haven't seen you. Mary Sachi. So Mary, my shouting was coming from a place of beauty and innocence. It wasn't kind of, and you know when you see a person in that and then to what I'm doing, you could feel the difference, of the projection of truth, because it's both projection of truth, but in different terms. But when one is angry in the false ego, in that material anger, you feel, oh, the sounds. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm just seeing who's there. You feel the difference. So you really feel the difference. Yeah, Tarun, it's gone 12 in the night. I'm going to have something. I'm going to just I'm doing the credits. Tarun, and Mary, Sachi, and Eric, and you as well. Thank you very much. All glories to Srila Gaura Hari Das. Please forgive me for my offenses. It's all a learning, moving towards closer to Krishna and leaving this place behind, moving on. We move on from school to school, when we pass all the tests and things, but they're just like temporary. This is going on, passing tests on and on and on and on and on, and we get really great at them. So let's keep going. You mean to keep going, keep coming under the shelter. You guys are doing really great. I was told, I'm proud of you today, and that meant so much, because sometimes we just need that little bit of encouragement. But we keep on growing. We keep on watering our Bhakti Ladder Beach. I love that. Water the Bhakti Ladder Beach, otherwise you'll slip away. You won't grow. You'll be on other people's Bhakti Ladder Beach. And I know, energy, potency. And when they go, what are you going to do? It's like married couples when, one dies, the other one's like gone as well. The energy's gone. They've been together for so it's like attachment. But it's the same. They were attached. Come and get attached to Srila Gaura Hari Das's potency. Yeah, that's fine. Krishna's telling me to shut up. I'm going to shut up now. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you. This is River Yamuna Devi Dasi from the headquarters of Radha and Krishna. Well, one of them in the United Kingdom, Nottingham, Robin Hood country. Thank you.